Hi, I'm Bonnie Annis,
And I'm Stephanie Prestige.
and we're here today. We're back from
Back in
Lemoore
action.
for the next season of our series of YouTube Lives to talk about probiotic skincare. So, I don't know if we're doing.
And we're spilling the tea.
We're spilling the tea. You can drink your tea. I'm going to drink my coffee, but I'm not
Okay.
going to spill it because I don't want to waste any coffee. But I kind of like that title. That's really good.
Instead of spill the beans, it's now spill the tea.
We're gonna spill the tea, and we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about vitamin D
On a brand new exciting product we've all played with.
on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, trying to think of the order we're gonna do this in because this can be controversial, and I'm not afraid of being controversial a little bit. You're not either, are you?
Correct.
Right.
The science is there. Why not?
Right.
Let's
So
go fact over fiction.
Exactly. So let's first talk about, and I think most people would acknowledge that vitamin D is vital for the functioning of our systems.
That's
systems?
not new. That's understandable.
What systems is vitamin D important for, and what does it do for our bodies?
Well, skin.
What does it do for our skin?
It does a lot, actually. It helps with cell proliferation.
That's a big word.
Yeah. Which is the way it turns itself over, the way it renews itself. Your healthy
your
glow.
skin. Okay.
It helps with barrier strength, like keeping it more strong.
So stronger skin.
Strength of the skin. It also is an anti-inflammatory for our skin organ.
So that's interesting. And my sister has psoriasis, and I notice in the summertime when she's outside a little bit more, it tends to get better.
Yep.
Because vitamin D that she acquires from the sun is helping reduce the inflammation from her autoimmune
Okay,
condition.
but there's a good point to bring to that. How much sun? So, and I've had clients say this to me before as well, is their dermatologist or their family physician will tell them when they have things like psoriasis, when they have things like dermatitis that flares up, it's not just contact dermatitis, it's atopic. They get told to go for a trip down south, go to warmer weather. And
I need my doctor to give me that prescription. Thanks. I'll head to Mexico.
And how, like, then I go back to the question is, how is this person you're speaking of, how is their skin in the winter months? Mm-hmm. Is it worse? Is it better? It usually gets worse. So
okay, so the skin, vitamin D will make an improvement on. What other systems will vitamin D benefit?
Oh.
For me, it's mental health.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I need that in the winter time. I don't do well in the winter. Don't do too much in terms of winter activities, getting outdoors. I know I should. And I know that vitamin D can be associated to mood as well, right?
Yes, and well, because it really actually does affect everything, right? Because of the stimulation of calcium and other things. But every part of our body has an important part in all of that.
Okay.
And calcium and strong proteins, and some of our proteins need calcium as well, right? So there's that, but also, and that's a good point you go there, because I didn't even think of it to go there myself. But for myself, having an autoimmune disorder, I have a neurologist telling me I have to take vitamin D.
Okay,
right?
So now let's talk about supplementation. It's easy to take vitamin D supplements. A couple of drops. We used to take them. It tasted like lemon. It was quite nice. Put it on the back of your hand, lick back your hand. There you go. There's your vitamin D supplement. Not the worst supplement. Don't have to take a pill. It's okay. It's not hard. But what are the pros and cons of taking a supplement?
Well, there's more across the globe. There's now more research coming out and literature coming out of the concerns of too much oral vitamin D. There are concerns of that. And again, you have to look at research papers. You're not going to get this just from a Google search. Please know this,
right.
What I'm saying.
Although I subscribe to newsletters, and I'm starting to see from my medical newsletters that they have reassessed the dosage and the recommendations of vitamin T supplementation. So there used to be the belief that It wouldn't stay in the body. Your body's not retaining the vitamin D. It's going to be, it's not fat soluble, I guess is what I'm trying to say, right?
Yep.
But now they're starting to reassess that because there could be some risks with vitamin D supplementation. Do you know anything about those risks? What might that be?
Some research, not like, again, it's
early days,
but too much development of a calcium, like calcification in other areas. I won't get too much into it, just to be careful at this moment.
Right, and that's not our job anyway.
But yeah,
because we're not clinicians. Right?
No,
we're not. But I think it's
there
important.
is worries of areas inside the body getting too much calcium.
Right. So I think that if you're taking vitamin D supplements, you may want to ask more questions. You may want to take a look at what the risks might be and decide that for yourself with your healthcare provider. So I like alternatives. I like alternatives that are simple and effective.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about what alternative we have to offer. What is that alternative, and what does the science say about that alternative? And I think it kind of goes without saying, and certainly if you've watched any of our videos, that we're always going to focus on what your body can do in and of itself. Let your body do the work, and do less external supplementation. But what are we seeing in terms of research now? Okay, what do we got?
Pro-Sun D Serum.
Okay, so is this a vitamin D supplement?
Yeah, but not an oral supplement, so you gotta be careful, right?
Okay.
It's not an oral supplement.
So is there vitamin D in this?
Yes, there is pro.
Okay, talk about what that is as opposed to the drops you may take orally.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Because let's go back to human beings and how we evolved on planet Earth. I'll go back there.
This might take a while.
I'll be careful. Going outside in the sun makes vitamin D. Like, it's just simple as that. For over 500 million years,
your skin makes vitamin D when you go outside.
Yes, but your skin has receptors. I will not get into the scientific names right now. I'll be kind. But our skin cells actually have receptors that help turn sun's pre-vitamin D that comes from UVB, maybe to be specific, comes from UVB. We make pre-vitamin D with UVB on the surface of the skin, but we have receptor cells in the skin that actually convert it to vitamin D.
So that's why it's called a pro-vitamin D.
Yeah, so it's a pro-vitamin because it has to be converted to vitamin D in our skin. And you cannot overdose on vitamin D on the skin.
Why not?
Because when we talk about the skin, gut, liver axes and all of them, our skin can't. Like, it can't. That we know of yet, but it can't.
Okay, so I think now the question needs to be, is this safe? So in the skincare field, what estheticians and skin professionals will do is say to the client, you wake up in the morning, you put your SPF on before you go outside.
Yeah.
But if you're putting on SPF, especially a barrier SPF, you're not getting the UVB rays that are going to help your body metabolize vitamin D.
And make it, yep.
Right. So, is it safe not to put on your sunscreen first thing in the morning?
For a short period of time, yes.
Okay, so the key is balance. And I think that is with anything that's going to be good for you. Too much of a good thing is not good. So if you lived on kale every single day, all day, and nothing else,
you don't have a balanced diet.
You're not. You want to have a little bit of a lot of things.
100%.
And I think when you're looking at Esse as a brand, the philosophy of doing less better applies here. So do less with your skin, but do it better. So
now I want to add to this, because I think another important part is, okay, so what if what if, like, we're getting into our fall season here in Canada.
We are indeed.
We're starting to get darkness earlier in the evenings than we did the summer months. So, like, right now, if I go out for my 10-minute walk with nothing on my skin, is it the same as me going for my 10-minute walk back in June? Am I getting the same amount of daylight? And the answer is no.
And that, I guess, also includes UVB rays. You're
100%.
not getting as much.
Yeah, and so it depends where we are on planet Earth, depends where we are in ratio to the sun and the equator and everything. How much are you going to actually get to the continent you live on? So there's that factor as well, that this really, really helps Canadians through our winter months. Because if you put this on your skin, it's going to stimulate so much more, because you've put a pro vitamin D on the skin, that when the sun gets in contact with this, it's going to really amplify that receptor in your skin to make the vitamin D.
Okay, so now let's do step by step, because we've been talking for a while. Tell me step by step, what am I doing with this? And I think this one is actually going to be mine. This is mine.
I think it's already purchased, but we'll talk
No,
to Nicole.
it's mine.
So what you want to do is, okay, first thing, go back to some of our other YouTube videos and learn about your skin and skin health barrier. And we don't cleanse in the morning. You should be
We
doing
don't
your
cleanse. We just do a little bit
water
of water.
rinse. Yeah,
Okay.
do your water rinse. Then you can put on your toner, put on your Pro-Sun D Serum, and if you'd like a moisturizer, but no SPF yet. Go for your walk. You know, if you have pets, even better. Take your pet for a walk.
What if I just go in the hot tub for a few minutes? Can I do that?
Yeah, just make sure you put it where the sun is, the skin's exposed. So you can put Pro-Sun D wherever there's exposed skin.
So you're not just putting it on your face?
No, so like if you want to put some on your back of your hand, you're still creating vitamin D for your body.
Okay.
If you want on your face, and I always think too of our winter months when we're sometimes with scarves here and hats
All we
here.
get is a little bit of forehead.
Even if you only have like your eye area open, that's okay. It's not going to harm your eyes, so it can go like over your eye area a little bit. But wherever you have exposed skin, let that 10 minutes happen. And then, yes, if you're going to be outdoors and you're going to be in sun areas, we need to make sure you put your SPF on. Oh, we have a comment coming in.
Do we have a comment coming in? Surprise question. Is it safe for kids? I've given my child oral supplements his whole life. When could I start having him use this? That's a great question.
That question has been answered already before from research and learning that I did. That yes, it is safe. It is safe for kids. Some of the S team have been using it on their own children. They've had no issues with that. So it's safe with children. It was considered safe with pregnancy clients.
So I think it's really important. This is a little different than what we've been doing for the past little while. This is a little different than what students are learning in their textbooks.
And what the global cosmetic industry has been telling us.
Yes, right. So it's important to do your own research and learn a little bit about vitamin D supplementation and safe exposure to the sun. So we are not talking about no longer wearing SPF. We're not talking about that. We're saying get a sensible amount of sun exposure, and to increase your skin's ability to metabolize vitamin D, use the serum, the Pro Vitamin D Serum on exposed skin for a sensible amount of sun exposure per day, preferably early in the morning, earlier in the day before the sun is at its peak.
Yeah.
And for a small amount of time.
Yeah.
10-ish minutes.
5-10, yeah.
Okay, not a long time. It's not a lot. So it's going to then improve our skin barrier. Presumably it's going to help with our mood as well, which is kind of where I feel I want to lean into. There's
I like
lots
that.
of reasons.
I always go to the skin organ reason, but I
know
that
you
reason
do.
too.
But I also I'm challenged by the winter, and I think if this is going to help me feel better in other ways, that's what I'm going to do for sure.
It's interesting you say that. There's a little added point as well. I know when we got the samples of this, we were trying it as ourselves as a team. I liked it. Like I put on, like, I have to go outside now. Like it's like I put it on my skin. I got to
gives
go
you that
outside now.
accountability. I put the Pro Vitamin D Serum on, so I need to go outside now. Maybe that's going to make a difference for me too, because I do have a hard time forcing myself to go outside in the winter. I'm going to be really, really honest. Winter is not my friend. I am thinking, okay, when can I go to Mexico? Because I just don't like winter.
Fair enough.
So I think that this probably opens up the doors to lots of questions, and we want to encourage you to ask the questions. And if we don't know the answer, you can be sure we will point you in the direction of good information. And also, don't take our word for it, right? We know some things and we can present some things to you based on our knowledge, but as always, learn for yourself and make the best decision for your own health. And if you're interested in trying out the Pro Vitamin D Serum, it's available from L'Amour, and please feel free to reach out if you would like to try it for yourself and improve your skin and perhaps even improve mood.
100%.
Thanks so much for joining us today.
Bye.
Bye.